Thank you so much for joining us for another edition of All Angles. I'm Dion Jackson Miller. So the impasse between the senior Reggae Girlz and the Jamaica Football Federation has taken a turn for the worse. Several members of the World Cup squad made themselves unavailable for the Women's World Gold Cup, match against Panama, which the team just lost 2-1. The boycott had seen the JFF scrambling to put together a makeshift team at the last minute, but the issues did not start there. Giovanni Dennis has this overview.
A second consecutive World Cup berth and unprecedented achievements.
This was the moment that eventually won the game.
The Reggae Girlz shocked the world in July as they advanced to the final 16 of the FIFA Women's World Cup.
Just means that CONCACAF is growing. I'm really proud of the region, and I think that this tournament is just showing that we're just rising to the level of the rest of the world.
This is one of the best feelings I've ever had in my life, and just to see these girls and to see a country like Jamaica be able to do this, it's unbelievable to just watch it while I'm alive right here standing.
With those achievements came commitments from FIFA of massive payouts to each member of the team. But 3 months later, the girls have cried foul.
The nation's senior women also say they are yet to receive full and correct payments for their historical performances at the World Cup and the numerous outstanding bonuses for qualifying in the summer of 2022.
And so, because of that, several members of the squad boycotted the country's game against Panama in the inaugural Women's Gold Cup.
The girls say they've gotten confirmation of the head coach 3 days prior to their report date through social media, despite efforts to have direct communication with the JFF. They also cited what they say is the untimely manner that they have received information about the coaching staff, medical staff and equipment staff, adding that it has come through unprofessional communication.
The makeshift team lost that game on Wednesday under new coach Xavier Gilbert. Aside from the current cash and coaching concerns, members of the team were openly critical of the JFF during their successful stint at the World Cup.
Like I said, the ones up above us, they don't believe in us and they always put us through things that we don't want to go through. And that just gives us more fire in our belly to go out there and do well.
In the build-up to the World Cup, concerns were raised about funding after it was alleged that a mother of one of the players started a GoFundMe account to support the team.
She did it!
It's been a long journey, man. It's been an incredible journey. Gave up on us. We had to do GoFund to get money to be here where we are. We have to sacrifice so much to be here. So to be here now and moving on is just an incredible feeling, man.
The JFF strongly rejected the need for any such funding, insisting it received no money from that effort. Concerns were also raised about travel, hotel and general logistics for the team throughout the period. Now, with much of the details of the various issues being played out in public, stakeholders have raised broader concern about the management of sport in Jamaica, with some criticizing the hierarchy of the JFF. Giovanni Dennis for All Angles.
Thank you so much, Giovanni. Okay, so I have a stellar lineup now waiting to take the field. On the attacking line, Sports Administrator Michael Hall. I have also Senior Sports Reporter and Producer Karen Madden, former National Senior Women's Head Coach Charles Edwards, and of course the General Secretary of the Jamaica Football Federation, Dennis Chung, who has all his defensive gear on. And I have, before I even ask anything else, I have to ask you, you're enjoying this job?
For me?
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Well, I mean, I'm good. I mean, there are some things to be done, you know, so.
Okay. All right, well, let's get into it then. I was looking at some headlines a short while ago. ESPN, Jamaican women boycott Gold Cup qualifiers over mistreatment. BBC, Jamaica Women's World Cup squad refused to play upcoming qualifiers in disputed federation. Black Enterprise, Jamaica Women's, and you get the gist of it. So how does the JFF manage to go from being a Cinderella story, you know, the little team that could, to coming out as the villain of the piece? JFF never sit down and say, how do we make the most of this moment?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the developments and ask yourself, what is it that was done wrong by the JFF? We're coming from the World Cup. The only thing is that there is this, in fact, let me tell you, all the money that we have received has been paid out, right? No money has been left in the coffers. All of it has been paid out to pay out all the money that was owed from last year. Every single per diem for each match, including the Olympic qualifiers, was paid up, right?
So you're saying JFF, where's my mind, has done nothing wrong?
No, because the only thing is that we couldn't pay the money from what we don't have.
All right. I know the others want to get in, but let me just ask a couple questions as a non-football person, just to try to figure out what's going on here. And let's talk about the money, because JFF was to get, you said, 1.8 million US from FIFA.
1.8 million was the prize money. Yeah.
Correct, but you said FIFA withheld some, so you only got 1.2. Correct?
Right.
And you said there were some reimbursements that you were to get. No, I don't understand reimbursements in this context. So who needs to reimburse who? Who spent 600,000
So we have right. So we have that money to get from FIFA.
But you said it's a reimbursement. So who
right.
spent it?
So travel. Because remember there would have been money to go there, right? So there's a.
So you spent 600,000 US on travel.
Approximately. Yeah. So we're to get back money from, and we confirmed it with FIFA in terms of the amount of money that's left for us.
So is it that there was a delay in submitting the necessary paperwork or receipts or what have you?
Well, there was a slight delay, but also...
Tell me, define slight.
I don't know exactly, because I would have to look at the date that the thing was sent to us, right? But also, one of the things that caused the complication also, if it was a situation where there were no tax computations, then I'm sure that everything would have been paid out. But there had to be computations that were done, right? Now, we didn't do the computation because we don't have the tax expertise, Australian tax expertise. So FIFA gives you the opportunity for them to do it. And we just pass everything over to them and say, hey, just deal with these computations for us, right? Pay us the net and give us everything. So when we met with them on Monday, because they realized, they reached out to me on Sunday, they realized that, the money was being demanded. So they said, okay, let me meet with you on Monday. Met with them on Monday. We worked out everything. We went through the spreadsheets and everything. And they said, okay, the X amount is owing to them. We will give you that money in advance of the final payment. And then...
No, you just lost me again now. The X amount is owing, meaning the 600,000?
No, to the girls. What's owing to the girls?
Okay.
They're going to just give us that, right? Which I expect to get it. I'm hoping to get it by tomorrow, right? So once I get that, because they're saying, even though we haven't finalized everything, right? Because they have to check the integrity of the numbers and everything, we will pay you the amount that is owing, and then you just pass that over, because they want us to get rid of that debt. Right?
To wipe shame out of your...
Well, whatever you want to call it, right? But we just want to get rid of that debt, right? But the truth is that, understand that the organization is not in a position to pay money that they don't have.
No, and I do understand that, but I think the question that people are asking is, why don't you have it? Should you have it? And what were some of the circumstances?
Right.
And there's some more questions here, but I'm at the break. When I come back, I promise. When I come back, we'll bring in the rest of our guests, who I'm sure also have questions for Dennis Strong, but he looks like he's up for it. It looks like he's...
Yeah, man, but
he's playing the full 90 minutes tonight, folks. We're going to go to break. Remember our WhatsApp line is 3810072. Give us your first name, give us your general location. We'll soon come.